Okay. Good evening, everyone. I want to officially welcome you to tonight's project update, status update reports for us to understand where we are and where we are heading to. And I've actually gone through the feed camp, and I've seen what we've done. So, but still, we still need to talk about it. So, I will not call any specific at the end of the meeting, or when everybody must have, every team must have said something, then I will conclude. So, if you feel like you can talk about you and your team, what you'll be doing, there's any challenges, like some people, I can see the energy in the group. The energy is very high, and I really appreciate that. People are beginning to, because we are taking attendance, a lot of people are beginning to take what we are doing seriously. So, and means we have to be strict about it, about this attendance, because I want things to work. So if you are here representing your team and you want to tell us what you've done, you and your team, what you are doing, what you are planning to do, challenges, briefly say that so that it can go around. So the floor is open.
Hello, Mr. Charles. Good evening. This is Christian.
Okay, Chrissy.
Good evening. Um, for my group, you can say we are still a little bit backwards because that's the outside Nigerian platform. We are still a little bit backward because we sat down. Kayode sent me the message you sent to him that we didn't get the work breakdown structure. But looking at the freight camp, we didn't really get to see any attachment of the work breakdown structure. So what I did was I reached out to Northern Nigeria, who last week while I was on call, while I was on the group, you gave kudos that they were doing well. So I wanted to get an insight on what they were what we were not doing. Sat down and went through with them, and practically what she sent to me looked like what almost exactly what we had. So Kayode and I, we assumed that most likely, and even the group, we said, okay, most likely because we didn't assign tasks and all that. Some people in the group were of the option that we should come back to you and ask. But some others were like, let's make an effort. If we make an effort and we don't get it, then we can come back to you. We were supposed to meet yesterday as a group for the meeting. I wasn't available. I had night shifts, and Kayode himself was not available. And from all indication, there was a time, the 2 weeks or so that I was away, and Kayode was just bereaved then. Nobody in the group was giving this thing of picking up the slack of standing in for us to handle the group. So invariably, since Kayode was not around and I was not available, we couldn't hold the meeting that yesterday. So we are looking, hopefully by weekend, we should hold the meeting and go back to the free camp to reassign task. Because like I said, when we went through it, the only difference I saw from what the Northern group sent to me, the leader of the Northern group, was where it was basically the same thing we did. The assigning of tasks, the days and everything. I took my time to go through their project library. and it was basically the same thing. So the work breakdown structure was still the same. So, which, like I said, was a bit confusing to us. We said, okay, when we are done with the free camp, if you have an observation also, then we'll know what the issue really is. That's where we are. So by weekend, hopefully Sunday, that's when we'll have a lot of our members available. We'll hold another meeting. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Chrissy, thank you for your being active. I think it's sounding as if you are the only one in this group, because a lot of you, Kayode, Stone, because immediately Kayode got challenges, family issues. Kayode quickly, reached out. So I'm not going to hold Kayode responsible. His absence, I cannot hold his absence accountable for what is going on, for the setback in your team. And you've been an active member of this group, both in your group, you're always there. So even if you are not around, I don't think meetings should, you people should not be able to hold a meeting because you and Kayode is not on seat.
So, like I said,
I'm still coming.
Okay, sir.
Don't interrupt someone when they are speaking.
Sorry, sir.
So it's part of the ethics we've learned during the workshop.
Sorry, sir.
So there's what we call delegation of duty. We covered it as well. We know what delegation of duty. So that means that things can continue to move on. It's part of quality of a leader. We've done that. Have we not done that, team?
Yes, we have, sir.
Okay, so giving me an excuse that you people cannot do the meeting because it means you guys do not really understand what delegation of duty means. One person is down, like Kayode is out, authority lies on your head. When you are not around, all of you are project manager, automatically you have to address the issue before you leave the seat, just like Kayode did. So if you are going to be absent, you just quickly call someone to stand in for you and tell the person what you really plan to achieve so that you people will have harmony. And if the person has been following what is happening in the team, it's not going to be difficult for the person to pick the baton from you and continue the race. So that is number one. Number two is that we had a workshop before we start using FreeCamp. I had a demo project in that FreeCamp where I created work breakdown structure in FreeCamp, which the video is there. So is it that you people don't go to watch the video? In your team, you have almost 50 people in your team. To be honest with you, you people are going to benefit more from this program than any other person from my experience. And you are not taking advantage of this. So many of you are just not bothered. And if you are bothered and things are not moving, I should be getting calls. I should be getting disturbances. But your team is just very quiet. People don't seem to care. They just feel like they come back from work, watch video, even they watch. I don't know what is going on there, but your team is very, very quiet. You know, so many of you have been in this abroad more than you have been here since 2007. And I know the terrain of everything that's going on here. There's no kind of job I've not done here, you know. So anything you might be doing, I know it. And I know that you cannot compare whatever you think you are doing with what you are trying to achieve now. no matter whatever you think you are, or even if professional jobs. I see medical doctors here migrating into IT. I've seen senior nurses here migrating. I see pharmacists. These areas we might be so jealous that these people are making more money, but these people are quickly grabbing this IT more than any other person. So that is what and even those in finance, they are still migrating. So many of them are jumping in. So many of us who are maybe coming, you see me here, I've done a laborer. I've been a laborer here. I've done a care job. I've done security. There is nothing you can talk about. I've worked in railway as a laborer, construction, security. I've worked in England. I've worked in Scotland. You know what I mean? So, but this career change to IT can give you a rest here in UK, because all these things we are doing cannot get you to pay their bills. As some those in Nigeria will suck from you, and the bill will suck from you, you become dry till you get old. And when you get old, nobody will care. They will say you've been in Obodo Oyibo for how many years and you've not achieved anything. So this IT is a change breaker for so many of us here, if you can take it seriously. Indians are trying to dominate this, but you cannot allow that. They've taken everything. What are we doing? I'm being serious. This is an advice. This has gone outside what the project we are doing here. I'm advising you people that stays overseas. I know so many of you are just doing your masters and doing that. Masters is not going to give you jobs. I'm saying it. This work experience is going to give you a job, not masters. I know what I'm saying. I'm not selling markets. You guys know me. At times I tend to be blunt, because that's how I frame my conscience, by saying I've said the truth. Some people say my truth is so raw or it's so strong, they can't take it. But I keep saying it, no matter how raw and no matter how strong it is. I'm not going to be diluting the truth. So you take it seriously. It's an advice I'm giving to you people, considering the price of this program as well. If you want to do this here in London or in France or any other part of Europe or America, you know now. So that is it. I want to see changes in your platform. You guys are not vibrant at all. Or maybe because I think the problem with us here is that you always feel that you will continue to get small change all the time with whatever you are doing. You can always pay your bills. But so many of us in Nigeria might be feeling, so many of us are not even working at all. This is my last hope of breaking it or even starting a work. And so many of them tend to see it as their last resort. And maybe so many of you are not seeing it as their last resort. You can always go back to your care job, and always go back to your security job or things like that and be making small money. You need to start making big money. Not only that, you need to start setting your own companies. Just like I'm doing. I've transited from IT, but I'm not still satisfied in IT, working for people in IT. I'm working hard to have my own companies. These are the things I encourage everybody. Don't just come here to look for mini, small project and this thing. Look at the bigger picture. I'm not going to drag yours to your platform, but I've gone there. I've seen everything. It is just the same we left it. If you people don't want, if you want me to go and do it for you, if I can go do it for you, said, but if I go set it up for you, what have you learned? You're already a chartered guy, a chartered. You need to carry a team. Showcase me what you carry, Chrissy. Okay, I'll leave you guys there. Let's move to another team. Which other team want to come and talk about their own? Any other team? You look. Let me see who is in hand.
Good evening, sir.
Vincent.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine. Actually, we met, last week.
Introduce yourself and your team properly.
My name is Mary Vincent Kwetu from South Group.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not the team lead, neither am I the deputy. But after we met, because my team lead and the deputy were having some challenges, and when you reminded us, we met and we agreed I should deputize for the team, the deputy team lead, for also assist the team leader. If you see our group now, you see
what kind of challenges are you? Sorry, what kind of challenges? You say the team lead and the deputy.
Okay, the team lead was having a challenge of light. He said his transformer in his area is down, and he does not have generator.
Okay, I thought maybe the challenge. You see, the team lead and the deputies are having challenge.
Yeah, the deputy team lead.
I was thinking maybe both of them were fighting.
No, not at all.
Okay.
The deputy team lead has personal issues, which he's trying to sort out. But we've been able to sort that out within ourselves, and I was made to deputize for the deputy team lead for some period of time till he gets back on his feet. And we'll be able to also sort out ourselves in the feed camp. If you see our feed camp now, you'll see there's great improvement. But we have one challenge there, which has to do with risk management. When watching your video, I noticed that we have to bring our risk management to the initial stage. So someone was of the opinion that in as much as we're going to put it on the initial stage, we'll also put it in the planning stage. So we're kind of a little bit confused. And we've also been able to tax ourselves. We concluded that every Saturday we're going to be meeting. I actually reached out to I think Rivers group, Saratu. She was of great help to my group and my team. And with what she advised, we applied it to our group, and it has been of great help to us. So far, that's how we've gone. So that's just my few questions, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. I've gone through there is improvement, but you guys have not still done anything on the project plan. You've not created what's happening is that it's too difficult to create, because I believe by now every team should have a project plan. You people couldn't create it. Why is still because that's the only thing I see how you people have not done within the initial stage. And secondly, the risk management. Once you start a project, the next thing you have to start is organize yourself to start managing risk, because project is all about risk from beginning to the end. And we've discussed how to capture risk. We talk about RAID. I hope we have not forgotten about RAID.
No, sir.
So we said that RAID should be a statutory meeting we should have every week to capture some of these risks we're having. So some of these risks, like light, At times, some of you complain you don't have light. This is a risk. You should capture it. If it happened to one person, two persons, and they couldn't come to the meeting, then you capture it as a risk. Like now, the team lead is now couldn't come to meeting, the deputy, because they don't have light. You should capture this as a risk and address it. You know, it might be so challenging, but you know, when you've decided to go to school, you must make budget for it. True or false?
True, sir.
If you are going to school and you continue to complain there is no money, then you are not prepared to go to that school. You know, there are some other things you need to prepare yourself about this. You must have a laptop and you must have a phone. If you don't have, for me, it's better for you to not come and pay for this course until you save money, you buy laptop, you buy phone, and power bank. For those who are in Nigeria, power bank. These three things are things you need to arrange yourself. You cannot rush and come and pay for the course while you are not ready yet. You know, these are things. This is a project. You coming to 4 months boot camp is 4 months project for you to upscale yourself and move away from where you are to another level. It's a big project. So you people should have captured this as a risk and mandate every team member to start working on getting a power bank if they don't have, or decide on how to make sure that you have at least some data and you have some power in your, at least your phone, so that you can join meeting. Even if you cannot power your laptop, let's it be that you can power your phone. Even if it means some of all these things that are taking your resources, draining your battery, draining your data, like always being on Facebook, being on this, you limit it. These are some of the sacrifices you are going to make in order to achieve this. Because so many of us will always be on Facebook, be on that. But when it comes to your upscaling, by that time your battery is already gone and you don't care. You can always go and watch. Yeah, when you are watching recorded videos, you are limiting yourself because you are not collaborating. And collaboration is part of what you are here to learn. What we are doing here is collaboration. For some people like me that are very shy and that are very cannot talk, if you know I'm an introvert, I don't know how to talk. Okay, some people like me, by the time you follow up, and maybe Charles will call you to talk, you struggle. Before you know it, you start learning how to talk. It's very, very important, you know? So these are some of the things we have to learn here. It's very, very important to kill some of those weaknesses in you. Weaknesses like talking to the crowd, talking in public. So many of us is a big weakness. We might be very intelligent, but once it comes, come and address, everybody will run. When you start collaborating, you won't know when you kill these some of these weaknesses. These are the importance of collaboration. It builds you. But if you keep running away, you might send CV, everything might work out fine, but you know that the job you are doing, a project manager job, a business analyst job, is a customer-facing role. Customer-facing role that you need to go talk with your stakeholders. And so many of us, if you cannot talk to me, Charles Ugu, your brother, with our local dialects, how are you planning to go and talk with Oyibo that are speaking through the nose? It's going to be difficult. You know? So it's important. Let's just get through to be able to come here and talk, chat, be able to talk. Even if you cannot come to the general group, even within your group, for instance, those living in the northern group, even if you cannot collaborate with us here, if you go to the northern group, even if you cannot speak English, you start using your dialect in the north or in the southeast or south, and nobody is going to. You can even start speaking broken. Before you know it, you start speaking good English, and before you know it, you start learning how to speak through the nose. That is the. But if you are watching, if you are just banking on watching recorded video, you are not doing your assignment. You better go to Udemy and purchase one project management course on Udemy and watch it, and stop coming here to waste your time. It's important. It's very, very important. You know, the way it should be, but I don't want to be so extreme, because we are just, so many of us, we are just learning. All of us here our cameras should be on. Once you come in here, your camera should be on. If you choose to come here wearing on this, good and fine. Come and showcase us your curves and the other things, you know, because so many of us will just be lying on their bed and joining meeting. Anytime I come to the meeting, I come to the office. I come to my office, I prepare myself for a meeting. It doesn't matter if I'm working from home. But some boys there talking to me, even Vincent, if you might tell Vincent to put the camera, if you find out that Vincent is wearing boxers joining this meeting, you know? So that is it. But I don't want to go to that extreme. Let us just be learning it gradually, small. Just come. Don't even put your camera, but join. When it's time to talk, raise hand to talk for your team as well. So that is it. These are part of the risk. Inability to talk in a group is a risk. You should capture it in your group. If your team members are so shy to talk in a group, capture it as a risk, so that you have to, if it's another training on how to, you know, teach you how to be outspoken, then we take it from there. But these are some of the risks that can hinder progress in a project. It's not only when you don't have money to do this. These are some of the things hindering this our project. So many of us who are always working and let us, it's a risk. If your work is not, then you capture it. If everybody is working night shift and this is the time, then you capture it as a risk and you start mitigating it, like the people in overseas, like Chris that just came back from night shift and couldn't join. You know, some of the risks, these are risks. We need to, these are some of the things we have to be doing every week. It's important we have a RAID meeting. That RAID meeting, that RAID report is important. Every week, every team must have a RAID meeting and a RAID report. You start managing some of all these. And then equally every week, every team should have lesson learned meeting. So if you want to make it, this is outside whatever deliverables we are doing. You know, these ones, you should not even capture it as a deliverable. It's a statutory meeting, what a meeting you should hold every week. RAID meeting and lesson learned meeting. This is your own meeting. These two meetings is your meeting. My own meeting is project status report or update meeting. So you see, you have 3 meetings in a week. Outside planning on how to execute, you can then have another meeting on how to execute all these your deliverables. This is working on your deliverables. This is not more you. To be a project manager, no be chingom, or be a business analyst, but it's achievable. This is the only way you can come into tech. The easiest way to come into tech and make good money. Okay. So Vincent, well done.
Thank you, sir.
Let's move on. Make sure you are speaking, you are raising hand, you are speaking for your team. If both of you are from the same team, raising hand, you know, or if your team lead is here and want to speak, you should not raise hand to speak if your team lead want to speak. Only if your team lead have assigned you to do that. Blessing Ekakiti.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. It's
Good evening,
Ekakiti.
Ekakiti. Good.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for that.
No problem. No problem, sir.
You know, we are still
First of
learning
all,
learning how to speak from the nose.
okay, sir. All right. I just wanted to actually break the jinx. I've never asked a question in the live class before.
Good.
So I said, let me conquer that fear. And
can we clap for Blessing? Everybody, please, everybody clap for Blessing. It's also a celebration. No? Good.
Thank you.
You see this risk management we did here is now working. Okay.
Indeed, it is.
Okay.
It's working. Yes, sir. All right, sir. I don't know if my team lead wants to say something, but I was our team. We have
your team very well so that we know the team you are standing in for. Even if your team lead want to say something, for the fact that you are breaking a jinx in your life, we can accommodate that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I'm from Rivers Group.
Okay.
And yes, and then we were given different tasks. We've been divided into subgroups. My subgroup was given the task to handle the marketing campaign. So we were a little bit confused on the nature of the campaign, if it's just basically on social media, or if we would actually have maybe events organized, and how we would be able to raise the funds for such activities. So I just needed clarity on that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are going to, when it comes to campaign, our campaign is going to be unified. Like every team, when we already we have materials, like you see, some of you, if you are looking at the Go Kabo videos, I'm beginning to share. So when we have a video like that, we can decide to do a general Facebook ad to push it, looking at number of audience we want to reach. You can see we've just created a page on LinkedIn. It's going to help us when we are going to be looking for a job. When you say you are working for near us, employer quickly, if your employer is a smart guy and you say you are working for a social media like Facebook, they know that such organization, if they are serious, they should be on LinkedIn. They quickly search and they can't find us. It might limit your. So that's why we are quickly creating different social media. And this is where we can get in some admins, you know, that will be working on our social media pages, different social media pages. So I'm just waiting. Once most of the team have gone to some stage, then this is something that needs to be done as a group, unified. We need to do that as a group, you know, because saying Rivers keep pushing. Everybody keep pushing. It might be not that easy, but for me, let's just be unified in the way we talk or the way we, more especially in those areas. So all of us can come together and look at some, work on some of these key deliverables together. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, and in Rivers, you guys are really moving. Yes, you guys are moving, and that's good. So, just keep it up. I'll make I'll create a dedicated meeting for our campaign. You can see we are just busy trying to set up. Once I finish, because we still need to set up an account in X, I mean Twitter, and Instagram. Once that is done, these are areas we have to do some, start creating content, so we can start pushing that. We'll make budget, we'll have budget for that, to make a budget available for that, because we just need to do that. So I think Blessing have responded.
Yes, sir, you have. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So let's look at Rivers done. And sorry. Then let's have peace.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Charles. My
Good
name
evening.
is PC Frame, team lead for Lagos Group. So on Saturday we had our first outdoor meeting, and during that first outdoor meeting we discussed the first task in the planning stage, that's market research. We also drafted out some questionnaires to be sent out to our friends and our family to get their responses. So, and yesterday we also had a meeting. We discussed the platform localization and the computer analysis. So we made an explanation on what we are meant to do. And then our next meeting will be on Sunday, where we will carry out the deliverables. We prepare it. We decided to do this stage. We carry everybody along during this stage. We did not share group by group. We did it. We decided to do it all together live. And again, we also decided to be having our outdoor meeting once in every month. So, and then our weekly meetings twice in a week. Yeah, that's all for now. Then we had a little challenge concerning our full project plan. So due to the little delay we had, our date is no more in alignment with the former date we planned to carry out the project. So I'm asking, what do we do about it?
Okay, can somebody answer that question?
I think
I
you
think
will,
it's
I think
line.
you will baseline. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you will baseline the project since the date has shifted.
Okay.
Is there any other person want to? Because I think Christy and is it Victor try to respond?
Yeah, I was saying the same thing Christy just said. Baseline the first date.
Okay, do you just baseline?
She will go back and make adjustments on the dates. Then what is it called for the, you also inform the project sponsor. In this case, the project sponsor is Mr. Charles, so that you let him know on the shifts and the reasons why you're making the adjustments, so that he'll be in the know.
Yeah, if you have created the first, we've had a, let's see, because these are something I want to see the way you are going to manage, because I know so many of you are going to struggle to manage it within the first time we agreed on. But you can't just keep managing it, and once the date is not okay with you, you change another date. You don't do it that way. So we've agreed when we are starting, we agreed on a date. So we know when we started. Going back to when we started, how many months do we want to do this?
1 month.
1 month. Thank you, Peace. We agreed on 1 month. And that 1 month is elapsing, true of us.
True.
I have not received, and so many of you, most of you are still in initiate stage of that project. But I've not heard anybody trying to say anything except you talking about it now, realizing that actually we are running out of time. But none of you, but we've talked about this. It's a risk. If you cannot continue beyond 1 month without proper approval. And when you get that approval, that is when you are going to then go and create a new baseline. So the first project plan should be within that first 1 month. And then the second project plan should be after approval has been given, then you rebaseline. Baseline, anytime you are rebaselining, is a new version of that project. So the version 1 is 1 month. We have not decided on how long is going to last. We might decide after a meeting, we say, okay, let's give another 1 month or another 2 months, making it 3 months. But anytime you are baselining, is called a new project. So that baseline is versioning. So the first one is version 1. The second baseline is version 2. Third baseline is version 3 of that. They are different project plans. It means you've created 3 project plans or 2 project plans. Okay, I hope we've got that. Right.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
So are you still reporting, or are you done?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, if that's the only challenge you are having, you don't know how to handle this issue, I think we've responded to this, and your risk is timeline. Risk of timeline. So you should be able to capture this risk. Have you captured this risk in your RAID log?
Yeah, we'll do that in our next meeting.
Okay. Have you okay? Have any of you started RAID meeting? Which of the team have had their first RAID meeting? Outside people, if you outside people raising hands to speak for their team, if your team have had their first RAID meeting, just speak. Don't raise your hand. Just speak about it. It means we've not started managing our risk, but I know we have risk, a lot of risk. What are we doing then? So, starting from today, every week, there should be a RAID report. Even if you don't submit it, I might want to see it, but every week go to Field Camp and upload. After a raid meeting, there should be a report on that raid. Upload it on Basecamp, on Field Camp, and then do lesson learn. Every time you have challenges and you keep on solving issues, you learn, you document your lesson learn. That will call lesson learn meeting. Capture lesson learn report, because at the end of the project, you need to present lesson learn reports. And by that time, when the project has ended, you're trying to document, you might have forgotten everything that has happened. But if you continue, if you start documenting your lesson learned week by week, it's not going to be difficult for you to just come up with a lesson learned report. You know that you need to submit a lesson learned report at the end of the project. So you start these 2 meetings, we call it statutory meeting. I might not be there for you to do that. So the only meeting I'll be having with you on this project is to capture status update. This one I'm having with you. And then our lectures is our lectures. So we can't call it a project meeting. So next week, I might be asking you people to produce some of these documents to know those that are complying with our instructions. Okay, thank you, Peace. We have Kingsley Amos. Kingsley?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Okay, Kingsley.
My name is Kingsley Oguachova. I think
Okay.
I logged in with the wrong email. So I'm representing a Southeast team. I'm the team lead for Southeast.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at our Field Camp report, we have been able to move from where we were at our last meeting. We have been able to upload the full project plan on Field Camp. We have also started the planning, the second phase of the project, which is the planning phase. We are almost done with the planning. I think at this point, I can say we are ready to start executing all the deliverables on your approval. I actually wanted to ask how we can do that, but you have answered the question. So at this point, we are ready to start executing the project proper.
Okay.
Then I also want to mention that we have had our first meeting in Southeast. The people in Enugu and also people living in Anambra have been able to meet for the first time, where they brainstormed on the planning phase of the project, and the deliverables from that meeting are the files we uploaded at Field Camp. Thank you, sir.
Good, good. Kingsley,
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to say, I'm following what you guys are doing. I'm following everything. You guys are really doing a good job. You always
Thank you,
having
sir.
meeting, and all the meetings you'll be having is coming out. So you keep it up, and
Thank
equally
you, sir.
the outdoor meeting that you guys had, that's very good. You know, all these things, we have to make it happen. If we don't force ourselves to make it happen, it's not going to happen. If you are not sweating in being part of this boot camp, then you are not getting anything out of it. You must be sweating. You must make sacrifice. Something must come out of you. If you have not slept on your laptop, then I don't think you've started. You know, I can't remember how many times I slept on my laptop. You know, if you're working as an IT guy, these are some of the things. You need to give in something to get something out of it. So I saw so many of you like Lagos. Well done for the outdoor meeting. Very good. Please, everybody should keep it up. These outdoor meetings should not stop because we are a community group. We are community builders. We have we have millions of communities in Nigeria. We are starting from Nigeria. I know we're expanding, but our target now, demography, is Nigeria. We have so many communities, we need to reach out. And that's where this our uniform comes handy. If you are going out to reach out to a community, it's not, for instance, I will give every of us here a member of a local church. You know, you can start from going to your pastor to create a page for your church and capture every member in that church. Is one of the things I look is looking at that. It can be easier to achieve. You can go to a nearby school. Once you look corporate and have a good application, our application is so beautiful. And we are going to have an update. So we are our developers are still working hard to bring the best out of the application. So we have a good product. And we don't even have strong competition in Nigeria. Strong competition is that we don't have local, I don't know how many local 100% Nigerian social media platform like Facebook we have in Nigeria. So if we want to whip sentiment that this is our own, we don't have competitors. You know, some people might just want to know, wow, let's see what these people are doing safe. By the time they are saying that, they already trying to register, and that is expansion we are talking about. So that's it. So we have to come out. Once in a while, we have to strategize how it's going to work for us. We have schools around us. We can go there, create a page for them. Once you create a page, every other person will want to know what is happening in their page. You know, things like that. Those who live within the university community, you can go to university departments. If you're in a university, if you're still undergrad, you can go to your university and your department and create a page for them, ask them to join. They will be very happy to say that one of them is working in this social media application and things like that. So these are ways we can start expanding. And once the expansion is there, a lot of people are there appreciating what we are doing. That is it. So that is how we are going to start. And activities. We have market people. For instance, so many let me use Enugu State, for instance. There is this one popular local market in Enugu State that just got the government demolished it. They say they want to rebuild the market, and they've not given shops to traders. So many of the traders there are already stranded. They don't want to do. You can go and create, because we have a good localized marketplace. We can create stuff from there, create a marketplace for them, or they ask them to join our marketplace, create a community for them. They start selling their products. Once they order, somebody will go and deliver to them. So these are some of the ways we are going to be doing this, and it come out very fine, you know. And I was equally looking at, I'm from Enugu State. I know so many of these dignitaries, like governors, former governors. We can even go to the former governors, like let's say Sullivan. He's always talking, he's always on social media. As he loves social media and technology so much, and our own governor is a digital governor. Once we have our t-shirt, and then we try to find a meeting where we are going to meet them to come and join our revolution. So these are some of the things we are going to be doing. So, and if we start this outdoor, this is what we can achieve through outdoor. We cannot meet them through remotely. These are not people, we as much we are going to do campaign on Facebook for people to, but we still need to visit some of these groups, associations, clubs around us and talk to them. We can create their listing and agree to manage their page for them for free. So, okay. Thank you, Kingsley, for what you guys are doing. I've seen this thing and I'm happy. Okay, let's move. We'll have Deborah Richard.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Uyime Deborah Richard. I'm the team lead for Abuja. In our last meeting, we started the planning phase. But between our last meeting and today, we have started the planning phase. We've done our market research, competitor analysis, and platform localization. What is left in this planning phase for us is the marketing strategy development and risk assessment. And we had agreed that because of this, we had to have meetings every evening just to be able to meet up. So for the marketing strategic development and the risk assessments, we have decided to have our first physical meeting on Saturday by 3 p.m. So when we meet on Saturday, we would complete that and move on to the execution phase. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Deborah, I've gone through what you guys are doing as well in Abuja, and Abuja is you guys are trying as well. So yeah, you guys are trying. So you keep it up, and you don't have any, you have not mentioned any specific challenges. Is there, you guys don't have any risk at all, challenges facing you want to capture? You stated what you guys have done, but you didn't talk about any challenges or risk.
So our major challenge is availability. We are 29 on the platform, but out of the 29, about say we've only had a maximum of 15 persons, myself inclusive, come out for meetings, and that has been our major challenge. And because of that, we tend to not divide each of the phases into groups. We thought it best to do it together so that everyone is carried along and everyone knows what is happening. I'm very say 15, and these are just the same number of persons that turn up. These are the same number of persons that are actively involved in this project, sir. That has really been our major risk, availability of time, sir.
Okay, that is a big risk. availability when people are not turning up. It's either in a project and you're a project manager, you don't, okay, if there is maybe the group is like 100 in the way we are teaching, because we are teaching, that's understandable that you might not be able to know everybody. But in a situation, in a repro, once a single team member is not showing face, is a risk. You must know why they are not, why they have not been attending meetings. It's either they are sick. What happened? You must know, you must give account of them. So, and we have around 20 something of you, means that
29.
it's manageable. You can call all of you by name. You can master their names because you guys are not much. So those that are not participating, you need to send a signal to them to understand that it's not, you are not going to take it from them. You know, find out their challenges, why they are not attending. And those that are not attending without any reason, you have yourself to blame, because this attendance we started taking, we are going to take it seriously. You know, I'm not going to say that I know you if I don't know you. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to lie. If you are looking for reference, I must at least, even if I don't know you one-on-one, I must have seen that you are participating for me to write a reference for you. Not when later you come, you start describing, I'm one of your this and that. I know so many of you one-on-one. If you come to me, you don't need to tell me you are this, because you've been participating, you've been active. You don't need to introduce yourself before I know. I already know you. All you need is just tell me what you want. So, but so many of you think you are not going to need us. You might surprise yourself that you, immediately after this boot camp, you might need us so badly. And then I might disappoint you because you didn't perform. So I'm not going to agree to know you if you don't want me to know you. It's important you attend, participate. It's just a period of time and it's over. If you're having challenges, let us know your challenges. Okay. Please capture that in this availability. Capture it in the RAID log, and start addressing it, mitigating about it. So, okay, we still have other. We have Eve Ober.
Yes, hello, sir. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm Iwobi Omoina, team lead for the Northern Group. Between the last time we had this meeting, that was last week, Wednesday, and now, we've been able to do marketing strategy development, platform localization too. It's just the risks assessment that is left for our planning stage, and that should be due tomorrow. We should be ready tomorrow. So we'll be done with our planning stage and ready to move into the execution phase of our project. As for what we might have as a challenge, hearing everybody speak about how they're planning physical meetings, how they've seen themselves, how they already have a physical meet. It made me feel a certain sort of way because we've not had that yet, and we've been trying to see how that will be possible because of our location, the challenge of our location. So yes, it made me feel a certain kind of way. That's our challenge, and that is also affecting our team collaboration, especially in my group. That's what I have noticed. What we did the first time we started with the initiate phase, since it was not a lot, what the idea was, with the acceptance of the group, we decided to assign each task to each particular person, and they tell us how they were able to do it, whatever challenge they had, we come and discuss. But when that was done, I saw people were not being carried along, and people didn't even want to join that. It would just be silence. They would just submit the task or the document, and it was silence. So I asked the group, moving forward, how could we do this better for collaboration and communication? So it was decided that we're going to team up 2-2 per each task, which was done this time around. I've also noticed that with doing this, it's a little bit better, but it's not as good as it should be with communication and collaboration. Yes, that's our own challenge. That is what I've noticed as our challenge in our group. So I'm thinking that if we actually have a physical meet, it will actually help us with bonding, with collaboration, and with communication. But we're still trying to see how we'll put heads together to make that work. So that's our progress so far, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. And I've checked your progress as well. The last time you guys did well, and the progress is persisting. You guys continue to progress, but notwithstanding, I already know about the challenge about this outdoor within your group, being that you guys are not much. And it's like every team member come from different states. Is that?
Yes, I think Kogi, Kwara. Yes, Kwara has 2 of them in the same state.
Yeah, so which is that is the situation. And well, let's see how it's going to happen, even if it means before the project end or before the boot camp end, how you people can converge one place. If at least take a picture, this picture can become kind of a souvenir for you people to hang on. I don't know when you started this journey, so it's very, very important. And the people are outside the country as well. I know so many of you live in UK, like around 20 of you live in UK. You can decide to meet. Other people live, I don't know, but you people will decide how these things are going to work. But it's workable if you want to. It's just that so many of us might not have the money to do this, because those in the north, you can just say, okay, we can choose a state, and everybody, for instance, you can say, okay, we are choosing Kaduna. Everybody travel to Kaduna. It's just because we don't have money, looking at the cost. So I'm not suggesting, because we're still students trying to break through. But if it's something, an executive, and say, okay, we're lodging in one hotel as an outdoor event or meet up, something. Everybody come to Kaduna, pick a hotel, and you spend the weekend in one hotel in Kaduna State, and that's a good meetup. But let's see how it's going. And some of you in abroad, you can say, okay, we're meeting in Paris, and everybody will fly to Paris, or London, or even Canada. So you save up for it, and is another is a way of holiday as well, and bonding and things like that. So I know project team does that. I know so many remote projects. It's just that this is a learning platform, but in real world, once in a while, a project, a company where most of their workers are distributed remotely, different part of the country, they will say, okay, this year, all our workers will try to get a visa for you, we'll try to do whatever we can do. Everybody were meeting in we are meeting in Brazil, and everybody the company will facilitate, their travel document, and they will go to Brazil and in one hotel or in one resort, spend like 1 week there, and everybody go back to their country. So it's been happening. Project team has been meeting up even in rape time, not just boot camp like this. People working remotely meet. They plan for it. So, but for the people living in one state, we can even make it every weekend. So, but we'll get out of that. So, thank you. If you guys are really trying, you guys are very small, but you are trying. So keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I think we'll have only Southwest, and I can see Alex raising hand.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex, a member of the Southwest team. So I just want to update all of us what we have done so far. We are done with the initiation stage, the planning stage, and currently in our last meeting, because we usually hold meeting Tuesdays and Sundays. So in our last meeting, we talked about, under the execution stage, how to set up customer support, and we analyze it, and we attend meeting on Sunday this week to see how we can conclude that. And still on that execution stage, we have done the marketing research. Under the marketing research, we've set up a questionnaire that we tend to send it up to users, like family and friends, and all other acquaintances that we know, that they can get the questionnaire too, so that they also can work on the questionnaire we sent to them. So that is that. Then on the team, I just want to speak of the challenge we're having. In our last meeting, we talked about some challenges which we are having, and it's part of the raid we wish to capture. One of them is that we are living in different states. We are 9 and 5 are active on the group. Some are living in Oyo State, some in Ondo, others in Ogun State. So we're having difficulty in meeting us physically. But we planned that we would, those in Ondo and Oyo, they will meet and see how they can create awareness in that area, maybe meeting schools. And the way that is in Ogun State, we are 2. We also attend meetings some schools to introduce Neras.com platform to them. So that is what we have done. Then the second challenge is what we have answered during this call about marketing campaign, because we are worried. Under that, we talk about how we can engage influencers to create awareness on the product, since Neras.com has a lot of competitors that has a large user base. So we are thinking how we can actually break that bone. So we talk about it, and we tend the team lead discussing with you, Mr. Chat, to see whether there will be financial commitment on how to engage influencer. But since you have answered that there's going to be a general unified campaign, which you said you will do through general Facebook add-on to push it, so that is fine. So this is the stage we are, and so I said I should update all of us.
Okay, thank you, Alex, for that thorough reporting. And I know you guys are always working hard, as usual. My one observation is that you people skipped project plan. Is there any reason why you are almost getting done with the planning stage without a project plan?
All right, the team lead is with the project plan, and we talk about, so he tend uploading, maybe he escaped his mind, so I will discuss with him to upload it on the free cam.
Okay, that's good. The project we can manage to start within the when we are working in a platform like collaborative platform like FreeCam, we can manage to start initial stage without a project plan, but we can't start detailed planning without a project plan, because we're having challenges now of timeline. How do you capture that? So that is why we have to have a project plan. We go there and re-baseline it. So as we're having this, we keep on adjusting, and it can be one document we can take around anywhere, present it, or this is a plan. You are not going to be able to take your platform like FreeCam. It's not portable, but a project plan, a director can say, I want to see a project plan, and you send it to the director. CEO can wake up overnight and say, develop interest in that project, and say, the team, send me a project plan. If you don't have a project plan, how do you think they are going to feel about you? They are not going to be comfortable working with you anymore. So it's important. You don't do anything as a project manager without a project plan. It's important. If you are working as a project manager without, I'm not saying that it's not done, no, but we call it cowboy approach. You know, that's cowboy, the way they do things. So, but companies might not take it from you. If you are working on your own project, it's different. But if you are working for a company, you need a project plan. Okay. On the issue of meeting, I already know a lot of teams are going to have struggle in meeting, and we'll equally address that. We've been trying to address it the more we can. There's nothing magical we can do about it. But even if it's only you can decide to, who says that a tree cannot make a forest? You can be in your state and be terrorizing the state with your this thing. So yeah. So but we'll cross that river as we're getting there. So, and another thing I want us to do is within your locality, in every state or every local government, we have local influencers. You know, I don't know if you guys have noticed that. We have local social media influencers in every local government or in every city or community. We must have somebody who is an influencer. They are not so popular, but in that community, they're always hearing their voice. So such people, we try to identify with them. I'll give an example. If you go to Enugu State, there's one guy they call Okulora. The guy is always in all the universities, you know, doing things. He's not that so prominent nationally, but you see in that Enugu State, the guy is prominent. So we can identify some of these local influencers that we can afford to meet so easily. If we start thinking of when we are going to meet all these popular people that have up to 2 million followers, like Warri Pikin, Yul Edochie, all these people, it might take time to get them, and some of these people will do shakara, that is, and they will charge you exorbitant amount of money that you might not be able to afford. But some of these local influencers, they are going to be happy to work with you, and even if they are charging you, they will charge what we can afford. So let us take note of all these people. And again, in our uniform, during this thing, we try as much as we can to make sure we know that price of things in Nigeria is never coming back. You know, as days goes by, it keep rising, and God will help us. But we try as much as we can to get what's the cheapest in the market, and that is that 8,000 naira. And the delivery fee, initially we say, okay, let's capture delivery fee 2,000, but is it even going to be difficult to do delivery 2,000 for like some people in Lagos, sending it from Enugu to Lagos? It might work or it might not work. So say, okay, let's cut the delivery fee to 1,000 so we can send it as a bulk. So that whatever delivery we contributed, we send how many people, it depends on how many people that ordered, because I'm praying that a lot of us will have money, because it's not compulsory. But for those who can afford it and order, we should be able to send it in bulk. And those, because I know like so many of us living, for instance, I'll use North as an example. All of them are living in different states. So if you are saying you are going to send it to the team lead, you are not even still making any, because the team lead, they are not living together. So such areas will re-strategize to see what we can do about it. So that is it for now. So I don't know if there is generally other things that we have not captured in this our project. At this point, if there's any other thing you want to point out, you want to address, we can talk about it. We'll still have like a few minutes and we can talk about it. Okay. Thank you guys. And tomorrow is our lecture. So tomorrow we look at various roles in business analysis. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So thank you everybody for this active participation.
Thank you.
Let's continue to, it's not easy, it's not, but if it's that so easy, it will become a child's play. Yeah. So, sorry, somebody who's trying to raise hand. I don't know if by mistake, but if you have a still question, you can send it to my DM and I'll clarify you what we've officially closed this meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Good
Good night.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.